Welcome to AOSIS Insights, where we unlock knowledge to the world. I'm joined today by Professor Khoza-Shangase from the University of the Witwatersrand in South Africa, editor of the book titled Complexities and Challenges in Preventative Audiology, an African Perspective. We are going to discuss this book's contribution to the specific scientific discourse. Prof, thank you for joining us today. Please share a bit about yourself and your involvement in this field of study.
Thank you for having me. I'm Professor Khoza-Shangase, a professor of audiology and a former head of the speech pathology and audiology department at the University of the Witwatersrand in Johannesburg, South Africa. I teach, I conduct and supervise research at this institution, and I also engage in service to the university and the profession of audiology. In my work, I co-edited an award-winning book titled Black Academic Voices, The South African Experience. And it was in that co-editing experience that I was confronted by the realization that the audiology knowledge, there's a gap in audiology knowledge that is Afrocentric, that considers the African context, and that is why I started this huge project of research and publishing in audiology knowledge that is Afrocentric in nature. So the book that we're discussing today forms part of a big research and publishing project of mine that is essentially aimed at reimagining audiology within the African context to make sure that teaching, research, as well as practice is evidence-based and is grounded within the African context.
And what is this book's contribution to improving healthcare professionals' understanding of the challenges and errors that can cause patients harm?
So this book is actually a sequel to another book that I edited titled Preventive Audiology and an African Perspective. While in the process of editing that book, I identified that a gap of contextually relevant collection of evidence on complexities and challenges that are faced by the audiology profession within the African context when they're trying to implement preventive audiology actually exists. So the goal of this book then was to delve into these complexities and challenges for various key areas in audiology. So we specifically selected 4 key areas, and these are EHDI, which is early hearing detection and intervention. Ototoxicity is the second one. And the third area is occupational noise-induced hearing loss. And the fourth one that we focus on is middle ear pathologies within the African context. So contributors in this book deliberate on evidence-based perspectives that are grounded in the African context. And there's a very deliberate and preferential reliance on contemporary, locally relevant evidence that allows for accurate reflection of current complexities and challenges in ear and hearing care delivery within the African context. So all the complexities that are brought about by context, such as cultural and linguistic diversity within the African context, the use of traditional and alternative healthcare in preventive audiology, all of these topics are covered in this book. As each chapter explores the challenges and complexities, the authors of chapters were also encouraged to offer potential solutions and recommendations for all the challenges that they identified, and also to offer these having deliberated on local evidence and local context to make sure that they give inputs to local policies, local regulations to ensure an Afrocentric contribution to the world of evidence. So all the chapters essentially have a goal of ensuring that there are increased efforts towards provision of clinical services that are driven by best practice and are contextually relevant and contextually responsive. That's what this book is about.
Thank you. So for the viewers, to publish your book with AOSIS, please download and submit the book proposal form at books.iosis.co.za. Prof, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.